Good morning, you lovely lot. Welcome to the 1st of June. Can you believe it? We are, well, approaching that midway of the year. We are at the start of the month where we are then starting to look at that C word as we go into next month. But as for now, we're summertime, we're fresh, we're floral, we're happy, we're so over the moon because we've got lots galore coming your way today. Now, with this being the 1st of June, that means we need to have a little bit of a reload. So we're going to do our May reload today, whereas all throughout today, we're going to have a recap of some of the most incredible new products and bundles and deals that have been featured since May. You'll maybe not seen them towards the end of May, but what we've done is because they've been quite a big feature at some point in May, we are going to be having a look at them throughout today. So although each show is going to be May reloaded when it comes to the products, we are going to be having a great big look at all of the products. As always though, the best place to go is on to Shop the Day, where you're going to find everything that we are going to be having a look at. And I say we. And who is we indeed? Well, someone that we've not really worked together for a wee while, certainly not all day, so it's going to be so much fun. Really looking forward to it. It's me and Lily today.
It certainly is.
Yeah, it is.
It's going to be a good day. I'm really good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you very much.
Yeah, very excited for today. I love these shows. I love the fact that we can look back throughout the whole month. So if you guys at home have missed out on anything, this is the place to be. Like Craig says, going to mix it up a little bit throughout the day. We will be bringing you lots of different inspiration as we go through those 3 different shows, but so many goodies coming up, so I'm super excited to be here for the full day. It's going to be fab. It
is going to be fab. What I would say as well, Gemini 2. How have we still got stock left over?
Honestly, I'm not quite sure, but let's be honest, we've just heard in our ear there's not many left. What is it, 84?
84%. Now, so Leanne and Debbie launched it on Tuesday here on Crafters TV. I launched it on Hobby Maker here in the UK. Oh my God, across the board, you guys loved it. You absolutely loved it. You know, as I said on Hobby Maker, I referenced myself, I referenced Debbie, I referenced yourself. We were lucky to get ours a little bit early, but we purchased it. We were desperate for ours because so many of us had already bought the Gemini even before we even joined the company. And when we knew we had the Gemini 2, as soon as we knew there was some that we could then purchase from the warehouse, we were like, Sarah, Leanne, we need, well, I say we, should have seen Debbie Robinson.
Oh my gosh.
She was at Sarah straight away. So thank you, Debbie Robinson, for that one.
Absolutely.
But it is, we're going to have a look at it again throughout today. We're going to talk you through it. We're going to talk to you about certainly why I absolutely adore it. This is coming from me who loves the Junior, always been my favourite. Do you know what? It still always will, but that versatility now, that upgrade when it comes to the Gemini 2. Of course, what you are still going to be getting is all the benefits. So you are still going to get entry into the club, which of course would be £50, $50, but you're going to get that included within the deal on Crafters TV. You're also going to get a little goodie bag too. Now, when it comes to that, you do need to add it into your basket, and it does actually work out that you're going to get that goodie bag kind of half price if you're buying it in conjunction with the Gemini 2. So it actually comes to about £62 or $75, give or take, you know, a cent or pennies. So that is there on the website. But do you know, that is good. 1,000 bonus points.
I know, I could not believe that.
1,000.
I don't think I've ever seen that before. I'm not sure about you, Craig. I know you've been here longer than me, but I don't think I've ever seen 1,000 bonus points. I mean, seriously?
Actually, now you mention it, I don't think I've seen 1,000 bonus points.
No.
I don't think I've seen that.
Do you know what I think may very well have happened? I think somebody was putting together the deal and accidentally typed in an extra zero.
It would make sense, actually.
Because 100 bonus points would be great, let's be honest.
Let's be honest.
But 1,000? Crazy. So take advantage. Too late now if they press that extra zero by accident. Too late.
Absolutely. Too late. So as it stands, really as a total, we've only got, where's Corinne when you need her, about 16% of the stock left. So grab yours. If you're thinking about it, consider a purchase. Absolutely, totally get that. You know, the incredible versatility of it. You know, it's still got that same power that you already know and love from our original, but it's all these extra features. The optical sensor, one of my favourites. And what I was saying as well, Lily, when I heard there was USBs in it, I was like, oh, that's great. Okay, that's fine. Oh my God, I use it all the time.
Honestly, I'm exactly the same. I have to say, what am I going to charge on a USB?
Exactly.
And something for me, a game changer, my watch actually charges on a USB, so I can be using my Gemini and charge my watch at the same time. It's a game changer. It's what those daft things that you didn't realise you needed them until you got them, and that storage as well, absolute game changer. Snack drawer for sure.
For sure.
For sure.
Definitely.
Tools, great. Snack drawer, even better. But yeah, those little upgrades do make a real difference.
And then to prime example, just before we move on there, so, you know, that channel, QVC.
Yeah,
last week I bought a portable fan.
Yeah,
and it's chargeable and it plugs into the USB.
Brilliant.
So when I have it on my craft, because you can extend it, I have it on my craft desk. If I am using it via the power, I just have it in the back of my Gemini. In actual fact, I might do that throughout today because it is just over there.
Absolutely.
So it's all these things nowadays, a lot of things are USB form, so just have that running off your Gemini. I mean, hopefully you can tell much. I love it, you love it as well.
Yeah, we're all the same.
We will have a look at it throughout today, as I say. But we've got so much we're going to be looking at. We have got, Nicola is in the gallery running the ship. We've also got Dean. Dean's joined the team. He's shadowing Nicola as well today, and she's in holiday mode. She is. This is her last day before she has a little bit of a break where she hits the sunshine for a week, and that is Charlotte, so she is here. So I'm sure there's going to be lots of fun coming from her, that is for sure. Before we have we'll have a look at some samples because we've got Victoria on social.
Let's do it. We're going to whet your crafty appetite as some of the sorts of ranges that we're going to be taking a look at throughout the day. So many different collections that we're going to be featuring, but just to give you a little sneak peek of some of the ideas that we'll be sharing with you throughout the day. So we're going to be taking a look to start with in our first demo. It's going to be all about that Sarah signature Bohemian collection. I absolutely adore this background die. It's like a creator card die. You can cut it in or out of your cardstock. Absolutely amazing for shakers, that one. But bringing in some of those feather stamps that you've got, using a little bit of heat embossing as well. How absolutely gorgeous does that look with your Bohemian collection? Perhaps you're going to use some of the stencils from that range, and you're actually going to be creating your own backgrounds, bringing out some of your inks. Talking of inks, we will be looking at both the shimmer inks and the Duet ink pads throughout the day as well, so stay tuned for those. But just 3 times across that background, a few embellishments, and you've got an absolutely stunning card. Now, I was talking of ink pads, wow. How about are those amazing Duet ink pads? Aren't they just incredible? For your backgrounds, for your foregrounds, we've got all the stamps and the stencils on the show as well. This is actually one of my samples that I've created. And all I've done is I've taken that mandala stencil, and instead of just using it as a background, I've gone around with one of my outliner pens from Spectrum Noir, just gone around that outline, so I've made it almost like a stamped outline, and then I've just gone in with some of my Duet ink pads and added that blush of colour. But how fabulous does that look? So think a little bit different using your stencils for a topper instead of just your background. Now, we talked about stamps within this range, and one absolute showstopper, this is from Nicole. I mean, look at that, using those stamps, a little bit of heat embossing, your stencils in the background. That's the sort of thing you can be doing with those amazing Duet ink pads. Full range still in stock. Check out the shop the day for those, but we'll be looking at those a little bit later on in this morning's wake up call. And then finally, I'm going to bring a little bit of fun, a little bit of playful sort of touch to these with your shaped shakers. We've also got those on the show. I mean, how fabulous is that? Great for this time of year. We're going to be having a little look at those later on in this morning's show too. So much coming up throughout the day. I really hope you can join us for the full day. It's me and Craig, the full 3 shows, and I think there's going to be lots of fun throughout the day. So do stay tuned. It's going to be absolutely fabulous.
Absolutely, thank you, Lily. It is Olivia that's on the social today, not Victoria. And I did know it was Olivia because I seen it. Do you know what it was? I think it's because Victoria came through and done some social.
She did, yes.
That's why I had Victoria's name in my head. But we've got Alicia Gordon's in saying good morning, everyone, from Arkansas. Sarah Brown's in from Melbourne, Australia. We've got Lizzie Masters saying good morning, everyone, from a breezy Barrow in Somerset. Ooh. How are you all? I'm well.
I'm well.
You're well.
Yep.
Nicola?
She's
Dean?
always well.
He's good.
He's good. He's not just well, he's good.
He's good.
Charlotte? Holiday mode? She's great. Of course
great.
she is. She's going on holiday.
Tony the Tiger would say she's great. Melanie D is saying good morning all. Loving the intro music. We've got Lynn Blackledge, hashtag go live. Granny saying good morning, Craig. Good morning to you, Lynn, too. Annie's in saying good morning from a breezy Bristol. Zoe's in, morning everyone from West Sussex. Sherry's in saying good morning everyone from sunny Indiana. Terry Anderson saying hi ho, hi ho. Well, hi ho, hi ho, hi ho to you too. Lewis is in, Michelle's in saying good morning all. That's Michelle Harris. Shaddai is in, Annie's in saying good morning, Craig and Lily and the team. Lynn's also in. Morton saying good morning, Craig, Lily and all the CCTV team. Garrison saying good morning, Lily, Craig, Olivia and all the CCTV team. We've got Pamela in, is saying good morning. Val's in. Jerry Johnson's in from Maryland saying good morning to us all. Lynn, Blackledge, hashtag Go Live Granny saying, I felt the same about the USBs. Game changer to me. Game changer. A couple of questions already, so what we'll do is I'll hang fire onto them and then we'll fire them across to Lily just shortly. Zoe's in, Daniel's in, Olivia's saying no problem. I messaged her just saying, sorry, I knew it was you, Olivia, not Victoria. She said no problem at all. And then Colleen is saying, good morning, Craig, Lily, watching from Wesley Chapel in Florida. Nice. I wish I was there, but I'm not. I'm here and I'm ready to go. Looking forward to this. Let's have a look at our May reload and let's kickstart with our Gemini 2. Here we go. This is our Gemini 2. It launched on Crafters TV here in UK on Tuesday. So we've got our new Gemini 2 where we have taken what you already know and love from our Gemini and then we've brought it into 2023. We've given it that next generation where we've got so many incredible added features. Now this has the exact same power when it comes to your Gemini. If you have been a follower of Crafters Companion and Sarah for over 7 years, you will know that she said all that time back that she cannot physically put any more power in the Gemini, and that's because we've got the absolute most. So what we've done is we have matched that same power, popped it into the Gemini 2, but then we've given you so many additional features, such as the lay tray. We've got the media stand, which is absolutely genius. We have also then got the additional storage that's inside. We have got the USBs that's on the back, so you can run anything off of that when it comes to USB forum. But what we've also got is that optical sensor. Now, what does that mean? That means you can use any size plates you want and pop it straight in. So if you've got the original Gemini Go, those tiny plates, I use mine all the time. The sensor is a beam that goes across and it's not two sensor latches at the side there. So whichever way you pop them in, it's going to feed them in. And then if you are a fan and a lover of the foil press, what it also means is it means then that you can just put your foil press platform straight in, A4 size with no extender plate, which is absolutely fantastic. Now, you are going to get a really good deal when it comes to the Gemini 2 with us on Crafters TV, as you would expect, and that is your Gemini 2 die cutting and embossing machine. Now, within this one here, it is $229.99 or $329.99. That is in your dollars. But if you are platinum, which you still get your platinum on even and in considered purchase, that comes down to $183.99 or $263.99. Not only that, you are going to be getting 1,000 bonus points, and you are going to get, is it one of the bags at the side of me, Nicola, is it? So, and you will also get that one there. So within that one there, that's what you're going to get to as well. So, you know, you pop that into your basket on the website, but you're going to get that one too. So it actually works out that you're going to get that essentially for half price in conjunction with the deal of the Gemini. So the Gemini Everything Bundle deal, that is the UK version, £125. You are going to be Gemini, is that the, let me just check it. So is that, so that's just the bag. I was away to say there, I'm away to go and buy another one there. Yeah, just so if you were to go just for the bag, which you can do, it's £125 or £100 in a platinum level. That is at the UK price, of course. But if you pop that into your US basket, then that then comes down to $150 for your goodie bag here, or $120. Now, if you do pop that into your basket with your Gemini deal, then what you are going to do, that means that this is then going to come down to £62.50 or $75 for you guys stateside. So just to, let's get our head around that one there. So you're going to pop that one into your basket. That's giving you that deal that we went over with the Gemini. It does mean you get that one, essentially you're getting it for half price. You do need to pop that into your basket with the Gemini to get the half price. If you want that on your own, you can, but you have to pay the full price. I'm saying nothing. Makes sense to put it in with there. Do you know what? The option's there for you. That's what we love to do here. That's what we love to give you. We love to give you the options. What we've not even touched upon is that still gives you entry into the Gemini Club that doesn't officially launch within the autumn time. That's included, whereas if you do look to join nearer the time, it's going to be £50, $50. You get all of the plates as well. The frosted shim, as long as you flip and rotate that one as well, that's going to last you 10 times longer. And then your new white cotton plates, please do flip and rotate them, but don't say them just for no reason whatsoever. Flip and rotate them, they will last you 3 times as long. When it comes to that one there, it's going to all work into all the benefits, all the additional features, ones that I've not even touched upon. For instance, it's gone from 16 seconds to 13.5 seconds to run through your A4 plates, plus it's even quieter. So when it comes to it being quieter, usually we do think about at night time, but maybe you are someone that doesn't like a lot of noise, you like your downtime during the day, maybe you've got little babies, little kiddies, and you just want that little bit of quietness in your downtime, you know, you could use that because it is a lot quieter. So that is the Gemini 2, just launched on Tuesday. We've still got that same deal going at the moment. At the moment, it is at 84%, and the deal that we've just gone over there does end today. So we, stock dependent, will still have the Gemini 2, but not that incredible deal that we've got going up until today. So keep that one in mind, and there's lots of things out there when it comes to videos with Sarah and Leanne that you can have a look at. So that's the Gemini 2. What we are now going to have a look at is another one of May items, because with it being May, reload, we're going to look at the Bohemian collection. So when it comes to the Bohemian collection, I'm just going to duck under here. And then this is, it's a lovely collection, Lily, that I've not really seen or been featured within the Crafter's Companion range. It's not actually something I've seen a lot across the board in the industry. I know you've been in the industry for a while.
Absolutely.
It's not something we've seen a lot, is it?
Yeah, definitely. And I have to say, I did say this, I think I did a Second Chance Under a show a few weeks back, just after it launched, with this collection on. And I have to admit, when I first heard Bohemian, I sort of thought, okay, I'll give it a chance. Not sure it's going to be my style. I know you guys at home probably know I love my florals, I love my pretty, my pinks, my butterflies, all that sort of thing. And I thought, Bohemian, is it going to be for me? Is it going to be my colour palette? And then I got the collection home. I actually started working with it and I thought, right, this collection is definitely for me. It doesn't have to be sort of dark or very, very bright colours if you don't want it to be. Mixing with your different pattern papers, bring in your pretty elements, and absolutely you can make this work for you. And I have to say, this has now become one of my most favourite collections that we've launched this year. You get so much within that bundle that Craig's about to show you. I absolutely love this, and like Craig said, think a little bit different as well, which I'm absolutely loving.
Absolutely. And I'm jumping the gun very, very quickly. We will have a look. But a relatively new Crafters Inspiration magazine is still in stock. Get that, because the items that are in there are Sarah's signature Bohemian collection items, but they're exclusive to the magazine. So they're going to work and complement what I'm away to show you just here. It is on Shop the Day that you can have a look at, .co.uk, .com or .eu. Let's have a look at the collection before we go back to Lily, where she will show you some beautiful demonstrations with the actual collection. So we're going to go through it. So we'll go through all the details in a moment, but what it is giving you is you're getting that dreamy moon and star stencil. Now that one there, it just reminds me, it's nothing to do with the film company DreamWorks, but it does remind me of the opening titles of DreamWorks when it comes to the little girl or boy sitting on the moon. But you've got that stencil there within that Dreamcatcher forum. I mean, look at that blossoming mandala. I do love mandalas. I love that we've started to feature more stencils. Emboss with them, you ink through them, spritz through them. You know, there's so many ways that you could craft with them. Then we've got our Bohemian fan here. Now, really intricate die when it comes to your fan here. All of these ones as well. Please do remember what I would say, actually, before I do go into what I was away to say, this one on its own is really, really low in stock. So this is what will potentially sell out the collection. So keep that one in mind. If it is something that you're... I've just noticed the price, actually, for... I never even caught it onto the price.
I know. It's crazy, isn't it? For all of that.
For all of that. Anyway,
yeah.
I'll jump back to that in a minute. It just caught my eye there. Should look at my notes more, shouldn't I? Bohemian fan. What I was away to say, foil press lovers, you may see some educational shows coming up with myself in the next couple of weeks when it comes to the foil press. all of these ones here. Okay, you will do, because Nicola's been telling everyone all about the foil press. So it will be, being honest with you, it will be predominantly myself doing the foil press demonstrations, but all these sorts of things you can be using on your foil press. We'll talk you through that next Friday is one of them. I'm on with Cora next Friday, and we'll have full demonstrations with the foil press, and I'll show you how you can use your normal dies to foil with. So we've also got our enchanting floral feather. Now, when I was last on with Debbie Robinson, she used this one in a smaller way. She didn't use the full image, just a little part, and it looked beautiful. So you've got kind of like that Dreamcatch-esque feel that is then just cascading down from the florals. It is a stamp, so you can colour it in whichever way that you want. You've got stamps here: free spirit, be true to you, faith before worry, fearless, wild heart, and many more. Lovely sentiments, different sentiments there. So ones that you're maybe not, you know, it's always lovely to have happy birthday or thinking of you or, you know, best wishes or anything like that, but something you want that little bit different. Inspiring, but not overly full in the verse. Lovely little free rein sentiments for you to stamp with. Follow your dreams. So you've got Follow Your Dreams. Now, when it comes to this one here, we have then got our embossing folder. Now, our embossing folder is giving you that dream catcher. Again, it is 2D, but then you think of demonstrations that Lily, all the team have done when it comes to letterpress, colouring, you know, even just snipping sections once you've embossed, you can do that. Love and emboss. Remember, same plate configuration with your Gemini 2. If you're using it, nothing changes there. You've got your Wild and Free, beautiful lady to be colouring in. Maybe get practicing with your Academy of Colouring Leanne with that one. Heavenly Boho Feathers. Now that, use it straight across the board. If you've got one of our original, not original, but early collection of Nature Garden being the Peacock collection, start to team them together, or Masquerade Ball.
Yep,
another
Angel
good
collection
one.
as well.
Or if you've also got the Sarah's signature. I was actually waiting to say a Sarah's signature collection that's coming out in a couple of months.
I'm trying to think which one you're thinking of.
Swan Lake.
Ah, yes, Swan
Lake. With the feathers in it. Because I am not saying.
You can say the name, surely.
With it, the Snow Queen.
Snow Queen. Oh, yes, July. Yeah, it would work beautiful with that. But taking a step back, it would work perfectly with your Angel collection as well.
It would do.
There you go. That's what you were going to say, I think.
Thank you for digging me out, although I'm taking everyone down. I'm just taking everyone down with me because they were all saying in my ear, no, tell everyone. Yeah. They want to know. They want to know.
Nicola's fault, not Craig's.
No, they
Nicola
weren't.
made him do it.
No, they weren't. If Charlotte's going on holiday, I'm not blaming Charlotte.
Yeah.
She might not come back.
Yeah.
We've got Wild Feather, so there we've got, no, I'm sure I will get into trouble for that, but there's a little tease as to what we've got coming up. It is gorgeous, and that's all that I'm going to say. We have got Wild Feathers, as I say. Now, that is a beautiful Create a Card die. That one, Lily, foil press as well.
Oh, yeah,
looks
for
exquisite. Sure. And then we've got Boho Bliss. Now, we've got our large stencil there. Use it as a template if you want to. Ink, spritz, emboss, even use sections. Although they're small sections, start to do your sand-tangling and zen-tangling in there if you want to. You know, it can look quite phenomenal. So that 11-piece selection. So a collection selection of die, stamps and embossing folders, and of course you're going to get the stencils too. £37 or $90. You're saving $33.99 or $5.45. But if you're platinum, this is when the benefit of platinum comes in, $29.60 or $72. It's all there on the website, the whole of me reloaded. Shop the day, have a little peruse elsewhere, but it's on crafterscompanion.co.uk.com.eu. Now, I'm conscious I've been chatting for a while, so what we'll do is we'll go to Lily, then we'll come back and have a look at comments, because I know you want to see what can be done.
Absolutely, brilliant. I love this collection. And something else I've also been loving lately, launched just a couple of weeks back, are brand new everyday shaped concept cards that come with also your templates and your envelopes. So perhaps you don't have that template library, perhaps you're brand new to crafting and you see a lot of the amazing card bases that the guys here at Crafters Companion put together day in, day out. You sort of think, do you know what? I really want to actually create these interesting card shapes, but I'm not quite sure where to start. Perhaps you want a quick card that's got real impact. These are absolutely perfect. You'll find these over on the website. For this particular card, I'm using the, and this is not an easy one to say at this time in the morning, the tri-fold shutter card. Whew, got that out of the way, nice and early.
I wouldn't trust Baby Robinson to say that.
Blimey, no, definitely not.
You know what she said when she went on her holidays, that last show?
Yes, yeah, we'll forget about that one, but
No,
yeah,
I
that was
won't.
very entertaining, that is for sure. Anyway, that is our card base that we've used. I've said it once, I'm not saying it again, just in case. We've just gone in and we've just reinforced those score lines and it folds together just like so. How fabulous is that? No need for a scoreboard, a craft knife.
Someone's
or
asking,
like
what's that card blank called?
It's one of the ones that's on the website.
Oh.
I'll try it again. Tri-fold shutter card. There we go. Hey, it's quite good. 2 out of 2. That's it for the day. Anyway, that card shape folds together so easily, and I love the fact that you get the matching envelopes included within each pack as well. Now, as well as having your card bases, it's all good and well saying, you know, we've given you the card bases, we've done all the measurements, but then when you get card bases like this home, you then have to measure all the mats and layers, and that can be pretty time consuming and quite difficult as well. But we've actually already thought of that, and we've actually, in each pack, we're giving you the mat and layer templates. So you can actually go in, draw around your templates, and you've got those mat and layers ready to go. No need to measure your original card base. You've got those templates, and it's so easy to get those perfect mat and layers every single time. Now, a perfect thing to note about this one as well, we're giving you options for your mats and layers. So for this particular card, I'm going with the large and the smaller squares to mat and layer onto those sections. However, you've also got the rectangular pieces. So if you want that section as a mat and layer, and then those 3 as smaller mats and layers, absolutely you can do that. So you've got options. It's not just a case of we're giving you the card base and these are your mats and layers. We're giving you different options as to the shapes of your mats and layers, which I am absolutely loving. And you've got your larger and you've also got your smaller, which is absolutely fabulous. So you can have your coloured cardstock and then your pattern, and that's all taken care of within those templates. So all I've gone ahead and done is I've drawn around the smaller one onto some pattern paper. Now I've used the 12 by 12 pad from that Sarah Signature Bohemian collection. And no, we don't have that in stock anymore, but as Craig was mentioning earlier, we do have that magazine and you will have those fabulous papers within there. We'll have a little look. After. Absolutely, we'll have a little look at that later on throughout the day, but you can be using your magazine for all of those mats and layers. We've drawn around the larger template onto some of our gold glitter card, and that gives us a beautiful mat and layer. We've got 2 of the larger squares, and then taking our smaller square, again the smallest of the 2, we have drawn around onto our pattern paper, and then the larger of the 2 we have drawn around onto our gold glitter card, and just taking our tape pen and matting and layering those 2 together. With a smaller one, we've done that 6 more times, so we've got 7 of the small, and then we've got 2 of the large. Now, something to note that I always do with my templates, and I say this with a template library, I say it with any template that we bring you here at Crafters Companion. Any template where you've got that right angle, where it's a straight edge, I don't actually go in and draw around that full template. I don't know if you do the same, Craig, but I'll just mark and then just go in with my guillotine. So much easier, so much quicker. So you don't have to draw all the way around, just a little mark as to how wide and how long it's going to be, and then just going with your trimmer, and it is so much easier and so much quicker. And you know you're going to get that straight edge every single time, which I love. Now let's bring back in our card base and let's start to mat and layer our panels onto that card base. And I don't know why I'm doing this, Craig, if you want to get any questions across, because I'm just going to mat and layer these on. Perfect. Nice and simple to do.
Let's do it. Let's go for it. Why not?
Why not?
Let's have a look. So where did we get up to at that last moment? We have got... oh, bless you, Lynn. Don't worry. Lily won't take offence. That's Lynn saying #GoLiveGranny. I didn't mean to miss Lily. Say hello to Lily.
Oh, hello, Lynn. It's lovely to have your company, and don't worry, I did not take offence at all. Don't you worry.
Lucille's in saying, good morning from Rhode Island. My crafty kitty just woke me up. She knows I watch Wake Up Call on a Thursday morning.
Oh, It's very
hello to
clever
you.
kitten.
Crafty kitty. Hello to you. We've got Meow. What's the cat called?
Yeah,
let
I'd
us
like to know.
Maybe it's just crafting cat.
Maybe it is.
We've got Sandra Dundasa saying, good morning, Craig, Lily, CTV crew, social media superstar, crafty family and friends. Just had Mr. Yodel and the vampire nurse just arrived just as you were starting. Bloods, Nicola. Bloods. Yeah, Sandra always has someone that comes out to take her bloods.
Oh, bless you.
The vampire nurse.
Oh,
yeah.
It's not a good job.
Not a good thing. Not on a Thursday.
No, not on any day. Not on any day.
At least you had Mr. You know, you may be like, oh, to vampire nurse, but then at least with Mr. or Mrs. Yodel, you would have been like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You'd be fine. Linda's saying, good morning, Craig, Lily, CCTV crew. Diane's in saying, hello, everyone. Betty's in saying, hello from Idaho. We've also got, well done on those that have already gone for the Gemini since the start of the show. Congratulations. I'm so pleased you have. Jane is saying, good afternoon from South France. Suzanne Dodd, you're in south of France.
Oh, yeah.
Is that like where Cannes and all that is?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it's like the warmer part of France. It sounds fabulous.
It does, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I think. Corin's mum definitely lives in France. I'm not sure if it's the south, but sounds lovely anyway. I'm sure it's a lot warmer and sunnier than here, but mind you, that's not hard, is it?
It's not hard, although anything is lovely and sunny compared to Scotland most of the time, so it's great. Pamela Greenridge is saying good morning, looking forward to the foil press. Education. Whoopee. First one is a week on Friday.
Yep.
We've got Sue Cummins. So Leanne was telling everyone, so I can tell everyone.
There we go, perfect.
What I would say, just to give you a head start, now I know you probably know that I do this anyway when it comes to anything foil press. Give you the head start on what I'll do, but we're not going to do projects as such. We will create stuff, don't get me wrong, but it's about getting the best out of the foil press once again. But we're going to go over when it comes to different materials. But the key thing, we will be using the Gemini 2. We are using the Gemini 2 with the foil press just to show you don't need any extender plate, nothing like that. That's going to be a week on Friday. You can go on my social, give me a heads up of what you would like to see so I can start to note it down to let the team know as well what we're going to do. But what we can do is we'll go back to the comments and questions just shortly because I know that Lily is ready to move on.
Real. Yep, lovely. It's lovely to have all those people join us on a morning, especially when it's so early over in the US. Wow, it's lovely to have you guys getting up so early. And as we always say, early bird catches the worm. Right, we've gone ahead and done all our matting and layering. How fabulous does that look with our gold glitter card and then that paper? And don't forget, you could be using your paper from that Crafters Inspiration magazine to mat and layer with. But we're going to leave our card base to one side for just a moment. We're going to bring in one of our stamps from the Bohemian collection. Now, I've said this time and time again, this has got to be my favourite. I absolutely love this stamp. It is stunning and it's absolutely perfect to get colouring. So all we've gone ahead and done is we've taken our stamp, we've taken our stamping platform. Now I always recommend the 8x8 inch magnetic stamping platform. I find it so much easier. If you do miss a little bit, perhaps you don't quite ink it properly or you don't press down all over that image, you can always go back in and re-ink and re-stamp. Super simple with that. We've stamped on some of our Nina cardstock, perfect for use with any of your alcohol-based pens, and we've stamped using one of our alcohol-proof ink pads. Those are the ones that you want for any alcohol-based medium. They're just going to make sure that when you pop that ink over the top, it's not going to bleed. And we've gone ahead and used the Flagstone. It's my favourite at the moment, I have to say.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm not using the black as much anymore. I think it's just a little bit less harsh than using the black, and I'm loving using that one at the moment. So that's all I've gone ahead and done, just stamp that onto some of our Nina cardstock, and we're going to get doing a little bit of colouring using some of our tri-blend brush pens. Super inspired by watching Sheena yesterday doing all her amazing colouring techniques. So I thought, you know what, we'll bring out our tri-blend brush pens and just have a little bit of a go of colouring in our image. So we're starting off with our Fair Skin Extend. We're just going to colour over her face to start with. Now, I always say small sections. Don't try and colour that whole image all in one fell swoop. Just focus on one small area at a time. Master that area and then move on to that next section and just start to build up those colour tones. Start to build up that image bit by bit, and you'll be surprised by quite how quickly things can start to take shape. So starting off with our lightest in that 3-pen blend, moving up to that mid-tone, and then finally going in with that darkest tone. I'm thinking around her hair, that would be casting a little bit of a shadow, so that would be a little bit darker. The sun's perhaps coming from that right-hand side, so there's going to be a highlight on that right-hand side of her face. So it's getting lighter as it goes from the left to the right. And how quick and easy is it to just build up that shading onto there.
Lily, there's a specific question, like we'll do them all just shortly, but there's one specifically I think works well with what you're doing now. Lynn Morton's asking, advice please. Is all-purpose cardstock the same as Nina cardstock, and which is best to use for card basis? Oh,
brilliant question. I love questions like that. Please do keep your questions coming in. So multi-purpose is what we used to be called, any of you guys at home might remember, it's what we used to call our stamping card. These days we call it our multi-purpose, and the name, clue really is in the name. That is kind of your staple cardstock. So 300 GSM, it's a nice heavy weight and it's perfect for your card bases. So when you're creating your card bases, definitely go for your multi-purpose. We do it in both A3 and A4 sizes. It's great for die cutting, embossing, stamping. It's the one I use when I'm colouring with my coloured pencils. I go for my multi-purpose card. Great for box making and construction as well, with it being that heavyweight 300 GSM.
Okay.
Nina cardstock, on the other hand, is our super smooth cardstock. It's what I'm colouring onto here. A little bit thinner, that's 216 GSM. And this is the one that we've designed specifically for use with any alcohol-based medium. So whether that's our tri-blends like we're using here, whether that might be our classiques or our illustrators or any brand for that matter of alcohol marker, you want to use your Nina. Because of the way that Nina's been designed, it's super smooth and it's going to allow you to get the best blend onto your Nina cardstock. Although you can use your multi-purpose with your alcohol pens, that does still work. You will get the best optimum results if you use your Nina cardstock for your alcohol pen colouring. And I would say at 216 GSM, a little bit too thin for your card bases. So definitely when you're thinking of your card bases, go for your multi-purpose. Hope that answers it okay for you.
It does really well, thank you, Lily.
I do love my cardstock. So any sort of question to do with cardstocks, do get them in. I'm a little bit of a cardstock encyclopedia, if you like. So yeah, definitely do get those questions in. I do always say there's no such thing as a silly question.
Never.
And so often there'll be someone else sat at home thinking exactly the same thing. So just get that question in, and I'm sure you're probably going to be helping somebody else out as well, which is always absolutely fabulous. So we're just carrying on colouring in her skin, just using our Fair Skin Extend, going ahead and adding that in. And then we're going to go on to next the hair. Now, for me, I always say I do love colouring. Absolutely love colouring any sort of image, any sort of colourway. I just love colouring different mediums, whether it's our tri-blends, illustrators, aqua pens, all sorts of different mediums. However, one of my most favourite things to colour has got to be hair. I just love colouring in hair. Any of you guys that have been doing the Academy of Colour with Leanne, that portraits box was so inspirational. I absolutely loved learning all the techniques with Leanne when it comes to colouring in your hair. And a stamp like this, if you have been doing that Academy of Colour, is absolutely ideal for practising all of those techniques that you've learned and just applying it to a different image. So what we're going to do, again, same technique of focusing on a small section of that image at a time, not doing all the hair at once, just doing one small area, finishing that off, mastering that technique, and then moving on to the next area. We're going in with our red-brown blend. Oof, blimey, I nearly got tongue-tied on that one. Oh dear, won't be saying that one again.
Been tested today.
Gosh, yeah, it's nearly as bad as the floral frame cut and emboss folders that we had on yesterday. One of my personal favourite tongue twisters, that one. But anyway, we're going in with our brush nib, and I always say I prefer the brush nib when it comes to colouring your hair. Because we're utilising this flicking technique, it just makes it so easy. It's almost like colouring with a paintbrush, but you've got more control. You've got that beauty of the alcohol-based marker that you're going to get that lovely blended look. So all we're doing is we're going in with that lightest colour tone of the three, but we're leaving our preserved highlight in the centre. Imagining where it would be lightest, where that light would be hitting that hair, would be having that shine onto that section, and we're leaving that part without any colour at all. That's going to be our highlight. Now, some people do go in at the end and fill in that preserved highlight. If you feel you need to, you can do that, but I tend to leave that blank. I think it's nice to have that little bit of shine, that little bit of contrast. I think it gives you that realistic finish when it comes to colouring your hair.
Is it something you've always done?
I have to say, it's something, I always found it a little bit scary, in all honesty, to leave that little bit of white space, and I think it takes a little bit of confidence. So I didn't always used to do it in the past, but I would definitely recommend leaving that little bit of white blank. If you do find that a little bit daunting, another way to do it is colour it in as normal, and then at the end, once you've finished, go back in with a white gel pen or white marker, and then just add that highlight in at the end. That's a different way in which you can do it, but I'd definitely say if you've never tried that technique of leaving in your preserved highlight, then definitely do give it a go, because it gives you that lovely dimensional, realistic finish to all of your colouring, not just your hair, but lots of other items that you are colouring as well. So going in with our mid-tone, not going over that full area that we've coloured in using that lightest tone.
That looks epic already.
Doesn't it look so dimensional? And that's just 2 pen tones. We've not even had that darkest shade onto there yet. Doesn't that look so dimensional? It's that leaving that little bit of white, it makes a real difference onto there. And then going in finally with our darkest tone. Don't forget, within your tri-blends, you've got basically 3 pens in one. You've got that light, that mid-tone, and that darkest, so you can get that easy blend from light to dark without having to have multiple pens or colour matching or working out what's part of the same colour family. Everything's contained within that one pen, which is absolutely fabulous to get the most dimensional, realistic results that you can see we're getting here. And how super easy.
Give you a head start on the website. We've got an epic pick of the day.
We do, yeah.
We do
Talking
indeed.
of colouring, we'll have a little look at that later. Isn't that fabulous? So we've started colouring that in. We're just going to fast forward to one that we've already coloured. Just repeating that technique with the hair all over that section of the image. Then we've just gone in with our pink violet blend for the flowers in her hair, the light green blend for the leaves, and then finally the hydrangea blend for her dress. And all we've done is we've just done a little bit of fussy cutting. Sure you guys at home know by now I absolutely love my fussy cutting, and we've just cut her out, leaving a couple of mils of white border all around the edge. Now we're going to have this onto our card base, but we're going to start to embellish it a little bit more. So let's take one of our sentiments. So we've stamped the sentiment from the Harmony and Happiness set, which is not all those who wander are lost, which I think is absolutely lovely. We could be popping that onto our gold cardstock and straight onto the card base, but I feel the white's a little bit jarring. It's a little bit too stark against that lovely purple pattern paper. So all we're going to go ahead and do, taking one of our sparkle inks, this is our shimmer inks even, this is our lovely amethyst. You will find these on the website. We've got a bundle of the shimmer inks that you'll find on the website. And we're just using one of our finger daubers to add a little bit of colour, not only colour though, that little bit of shimmer with it being one of our shimmer inks, and just adding that all around the edge of our stamped sentiment. Stamped onto multi-purpose card, we're not colouring it in, so multi-purpose card is perfect for this use. Adding that little bit of colour, then all we're going to go ahead and do is matte and layer that onto our gold. And what a difference that makes, just adding that subtle blush of colour all around the edge of there, using that amethyst shimmer ink, takes that white edge off and just draws the eye into the centre of that sentiment and adds that extra little bit of interest, which is what it's all about. And that's going to go onto that top right hand side of our card. So let's get a few foam pads and stick that into position. So you know I do love my foam pads.
You do, don't you?
Oh gosh, the amount of these I get through, Craig, honestly, believe you me. This and foam tape, blimey. I know some people prefer their Collal 3D glue gel.
Yeah.
I'm definitely a foam pad sort of girl. I do prefer my foam pads and my foam tape, but I know it's definitely a personal choice, completely up to you, whatever you find easiest to work with. Now let's bring in some more of our dies to start embellishing this. So let's take our Bohemian fan. Absolutely love this die. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. So much detail within this. So let's take some of our multi-purpose card. Again, multi-purpose card for my die cutting. Absolutely perfect. I'm not colouring it using my alcohol pens. I'm going to add a little bit of ink to this one, and it takes your ink absolutely perfectly. And of course, what die cutting machine would I be using? It's got to be the Gemini 2. Oh, I have to say, I always say it time and time again, I love my pink. The fact that we've got that beautiful raspberry on here is right up my street. I absolutely love it. If you've had a Gemini machine before, so easy to use. It's basically the same plate combination. I know the plates look ever so slightly different, but there's nothing new to learn, which is absolutely brilliant. So think about when you get sort of new machines, sometimes it's like, oh, you've got to learn new plate combinations, but this is exactly the same, which makes it so
And that's
easy.
the thing, Lily, I know we'll touch upon it later on, but essentially nothing changes and nothing is redundant.
No.
Past, present or future, nothing. What you do and already do and you know and love with the original Gemini, you can still do with the Gemini 2. It's just giving you all these incredible extra upgrades and features.
Yeah, it's just modernised it a little bit, hasn't it? Which I think is absolutely brilliant. But yeah, it's just those little things. A lot of them are things you didn't even realise that you needed until you start working with that machine. You'll realise, my goodness me, how did I live without these little features? Definitely, if you can, add that to your basket and get it checked out. It's been so popular, not many left. I think we started the show, what was it, 84% or something bizarre
84,
like that?
Yeah.
84, you know, that lovely, well-known round number. But yes, got to get in there quick with that one.
A couple of handfuls of you have already checked out just even while Wake Up Call's been live, so well done.
Yeah, and you think it's still quite early in the morning for a lot of you.
That's
so
true, yeah,
got to get in quick. I think it's going to be a busy old day. I know a lot of you guys at home absolutely love our reloaded shows. Taking a look at the past months. If you've missed anything, then today is the time to tune in for sure. Now, I added a little bit more of that amethyst shimmer ink onto there. Then I've actually cut another one using some of that lovely gold cardstock. I mean, look how fine that is in gold glitter cardstock, an intricate die. Wow, that is the power of the Gemini. It's the quality of our dies, quality of the cardstock, combined with that incredible power of the Gemini, gives you amazing results. Whether you're a beginner or been doing it for absolutely years, you're going to get that beautiful finished result every single time, which I am loving. So let's start to lay this down onto our card base. So I'm thinking, let's give her a little bit of shape. I always think it's nice when you've got these hand-coloured images that you've cut out by hand, just have that little bit of shape and dimension onto there to add that little bit of a 3D element. So I think we'll have her onto that side. Let's have the fan sort of tucked behind her a little bit. So let's get a bit of tape behind that. I just want to stick that very right-hand section of there because the other end's going to be sticking off the edge of the card base. So I think let's go a little bit further up, I think. So we'll have a little bit of tape.
Michelle's loving that fan die.
Oh, I love it.
She's loving it. KTF. I bought this, but haven't used it yet. I'm so excited. I also think Craig says Bohemian so adorably.
Go on, say it again.
Bohemian.
Bohemian. Yeah.
Bohemian.
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 Well, how do I say it?
Bohemian.
And then do a Bohemian.
Bohemian. It's quite sing-songy, isn't it? Yeah, do like it. Nice and cheerful. Definitely what we need.
Bohemian.
Bohemian. Do you know what? I think I say it with a M on the end, but it's a N, isn't it? Yeah. Oh well. Very strange. Very strange. Yes. Nicola's saying it's just turned into words. Just words.
It's only words. And, well, words aren't all that I've got sometimes.
Well, anyway, we've gone ahead and we've cut some of the little feathers from the Build a Dream Catcher. Blimey, I nearly came out with something very strange then. I don't quite know what I was about to say then. Best not worth thinking about, is it? But I love the fact that within this die set, you can use them to create that dream catcher, but you can just use those feathers on their own and they give you an absolutely gorgeous finishing touch. So we've cut a couple using some of that gorgeous gold glitter card. Of course, you will find all your glitter cards, your Centaura Pearl, anything like that you will find over on the website, so do check that out, especially if you're filling up your carts and you're looking at, perhaps if you're over in the US, you're looking for that free shipping threshold. Definitely do look out for that gold glitter card, one of my personal favourites. Just adding 3 of those onto there just to finish that off. Quite a simple card in design, but letting that lovely Bohemian collection and that fabulous trifold shutter card, oh, nearly went wrong there, but just got it just in time, letting that do all the talking. It just has that little bit of interest. How fabulous is she? Such a joy to colour as well.
Cool. How cool is that? What a fab way to bring in the Bohemian collection and then, of course, bringing in your shaped concept cards. We have got still small quantity left of this collection selection here with 11 pieces where you're going to get so many of the items, such as the stencils. Now, what we will do is we'll speed through them, but this is what you're going to be getting: the Dreamy Moon and Stars, Bohemian Mandala, the Bohemian frame or fan. You're going to get the enchanted floral feathers. We've also got our lovely Harmony and Happiness stamp set. We've got our 4x6 Follow Your Dreams 2D embossing folder. You know, that's a simple card blank on its own with a little sentiment done. We've got Wild and Free, so that was the stamp that Lily just used there. We've also got our Heavenly Boho feathers, so you've got the stamps and the dies with them. Then there are some of the elements that Lily was just using there from Build a Dream Catcher. And then you're also going to be getting your Wild Feathers, which is a create a card. So it cuts in and it cuts out should you choose to use the outline die. And then you've also got the Boho Bliss, that really sizable, substantial mask or stencil, whichever way you choose to use it. You're going to get all of that one there for £37 or $90. If you are platinum, it comes to $29.60 or $72 for you guys stateside. For you across Central Europe, you just need to go to .eu across on our website. So that is the Bohemian collection that we have got. Keeping in mind that fan die, that is the one that's low in quantity on its own. So if something's going to sell that collection out, it's going to be that fan. So let's have a brief look at the magazine. Now, this is our recent launch magazine here. The reason we're just going to bring it in now before we have a proper look at it later on in the day is because of the items that you get with this one included are exclusive to the Crafters Inspiration magazine. Now, within this one here, what you are going to be getting is lots of educational elements and inspiration of what you can create, heavily looking at the items that are inside the box here. What you are also going to get is you're going to get a look and some ideas of a few of our pastor collections, what we've got with the actual magazine itself. Even the papers inside, and we will look later on, they are all exclusive to the magazine as well. So if you do go for that collection selection, and okay, it doesn't have a paper pad, but use the papers that are inside here. You can just pop them out from the centre of the magazine and the rest of the magazine will stay intact. But you've got all those papers that are exclusive. You've then got some stamps, you've got some dies, you've even got a gorgeous feather embossing folder as well, all of which is exclusive to the magazine. It is the official Sarah signature Bohemian collection, so it will complement beautifully. If you can't go for that Bohemian collection, that's a nice little one to go for when it comes to the items. You get the magazine too, but they work hand in hand. $14.99 or $24.95, but if you're platinum for that magazine and all those extras at $11.99 or $19.96. So that's your Crafters Inspiration box too. But we are in a new day. Not only is it a new month, it is the new day, which means we've got a brand new pick of the day for you. So it is for 24 hours only, or while stocks last. And it will come off our website early tomorrow morning before tomorrow's one launches. And that is a buy two and you get one free. And it is from our Sparkle pens. So we've got our Spectrum Noir. It's a 3-pack, which gives you 9 pens in total. So you're buying 2, you're getting 1 for free, or you're buying 6 pens and you're getting 3 for free. Whichever way you want to look at it, that is the deal that you're going to get. Now, you can have whatever one you want for free. Doesn't really matter, works out the same. But essentially, you're getting the pastels for free. So you're going to get the neutrals and also the essentials, and then you are going to get the pastels for free. You are going to be $25.98 or $37.98. You can see that saving there reflects on the price individually. That's where you've got that extra one free. £20.78 if you are platinum in the UK, or $30.38 if you are platinum in the US of A. You are also going to get your double points on these ones because it is a pick of the day, so you get your double points. It's the Sparkle pens, Spectrum Noir, it's water-based. So all the things that you all maybe will know and love from your aqua pens, along those lines, you can come along and you can start to do it with the Sparkle pens, but then you get that incredible sparkle. Why not use one of your Create a Card dies on the foil press with your Gemini 2 on your watercolour card and do a wash with the sparkle pens, and the foil will resist the colour. All these sorts of things we'll show you a week on Friday when it comes to the foil press show. But that's your pick of the day. It's on the website, whether it's .co.uk, .com or .eu. Have a look. You are getting buy to get one free, and you're also going to get the double points on those ones as well. At a platinum price of £20.78 or $30.38. Anything like that. Afterwards, go into YouTube, check out Crafters TV, and one of the shows specifically, I would say, is Colour Me Happy, where it's all colour-based shows that you're going to find across there. Right, we're going to take a little bit of a break. We'll have a look at your comments and questions when we come back, but we'll be back just in a moment.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get your hands on the latest crafty must-haves. Leave the hard work to us while you shop from the comfort of your own living room. Head to the Crafters Companion website to see our full crafty range, or hit the Shop the Day button to see all the new and exciting products featuring on Crafters TV. Once you've filled your cart, leave it to us to get your crafty goodies to you in super quick time, so you can get on with being creative. Crafters Companion, making crafty shopping a breeze.
What makes Crafters TV so special is you guys.
It's really special because the experts are really experts. They're really skilled at what they do, and they want to make sure that the audience also improves on their skills.
Crafters TV is so special because you've got together a really sort of key group of people and people that are very passionate about the products.
Crafters TV is so special because it's a unique community that we have with each other, where we can learn and grow and communicate with each other.
Community, the family spirit, the education, everything to do with craft. We are all like-minded people who share a passion.
I love all the inspiration the demonstrators bring and all the knowledge for us out here.
What makes Crafters TV so special? 100% it's the interaction. No other crafting TV channel or show has the same interaction.
I love the community, I love chatting live, I think that's the best part. And it's gone beyond crafting because we've become friends.
It feels to me to be a really, really close relationship with our customers and viewers.
You guys make us feel like we're part of your family. I've never been on the show before, but one of my friends who I did meet from CCTV encouraged me, and I was on the craft along.
A massive team of people, and I think they've all got their role to play, and it just brings everything together. It allows us to do our job and just love it.
The people, obviously, the people not just here at Crafters Companion, but the viewers that watch us. I mean, everybody. We have this real magical essence about it.
Bye for now. Bye.
All the fun that we have here on Crafters TV. Let's have a look at some questions that we've got coming through. I purposely let them build all at once so it could fire them across to Lily. Now we know, some of these, I will know, but I'll fire them across to Lily because Tiffany is asking, good morning from the USA. Can anyone tell me, Lily, where I can purchase the violet and blue template library? I need them both very much to add to my template library. I know that's a tricky one. It is a tricky one. It did go. Who knows what the future will hold? You know, I don't know, but who knows? You know, I know many of you. You see how I said I'd fire it across to you and then I end up answering it.
I'm waiting. But mind you,
I'll fire across to Lily.
You are the king of the template library, so quite frankly, that was fair for you to answer that. But like we say, we can't promise anything with those two colours. However, something we do know is the original is coming back. I promise you, it is coming back. So do stay tuned for that. If you didn't get the original, then the original is on its way. But as we say, we don't know what the future holds. They might come back, but as it stands, unfortunately, not at the moment. But if you are looking for those shaped card bases, do check out the website, because they will give you fabulous shaped cards straight out of the box.
What I can say, excuse me, what I can say, and I can promise you this, the team have taken on board the demand of those that have missed out. So we just don't know how that will pan out, but they have taken it on board and they have listened. So just watch this space, so to speak. Lynn is asking, one of the actual cards you showed at the start of the show, Lily, saying, what were those inside the shaker?
Oh, good
one
question.
of them must have been a little shaker.
The card here. Yes, there was the shaker. Oh yeah, they were. I tell you what they were. It was this lovely card that we showed you at the start of the show. There are sequin dice. I think we've still got them over on the website. Our sequin dice allows you to actually create your own sequins. I think we'll have a little look at these shaker dies a little bit later on, but your sequin dies, check out the website. Instead of using your actual real sequins, wow, look at that sharp, look at that. Charlotte, fabulous.
Charlotte's
She's not allowed to go on holiday after that. Blimey, we need her here. Yeah, your sequin dies. And the little ice, they are available on the website. Search for sequin dies, and the ice cubes, those are actually included within your shape shaker cards. So check out the shape shakers, check out your sequins. Whew, shape shakers, that's easy for some to say, isn't it? Blimey.
Wonder how many of those Charlotte will be having next week. Drink responsibly.
Plenty. Always drink responsibly.
We've also got Sue Cummings, excuse me, tickly throat there. Good morning everyone from Maryland. Chilly now, but it's supposed to get up to 92. Craig, if you have time, could you please give us a little teaching lesson on fussy cutting? Yes, maybe Lily will do it throughout the day as well, because she loves her fussy cutting as well.
Enough, the next demo has fussy cutting in it. Surprise, surprise.
Surprise.
Pretty much every demo has fussy cutting in, but of course I'll give you a few hints and tips with your fussy cutting. You know, I do love a bit of fussy cutting.
Exactly. Absolutely. Michelle, we'll cover all of this when we talk about the Gemini 2, but absolutely you can use all dies, just not those big deep dish dies. So essentially what you used with your white Gemini, you absolutely can do when it comes to the Gemini 2. Nothing changes in that forum. We've also got Robbie again. I hope so. I hope so. I just don't know. Will there be more foil press die stamps and foils? I don't know. I am, out of everyone, I'm the one that would love to see some new ones, but we'll just have to wait and see on that one. If anything, it's a good sign we're maybe featuring the foil press that little bit more. That's all I'm saying.
We've got 2 shows coming up, so
there you go. There you go.
Know.
2 coming up, so who knows, but hopefully. Sandra, I would not even know. Craig, how many CC 12 by 12 pads fit in one Kallax cube, please? I wouldn't even, I don't.
And I've got about 3 of those units at home as well.
Yeah, I wouldn't even know where to guesstimate on that one. Lots.
Definitely more than a dozen.
Oh my God, I would say double that.
Yeah.
Double that, yeah. Double, dozen.
About 25?
I would go out on a limb and say at least 30.
Yeah, I would probably agree, definitely. You can fit loads in because, as you guys know, I've got a lot of 12 by 12 pads, and I do have the Kallax storage as well. So many of us do, don't we? It's one of those ones that everyone seems to have.
We do, yeah. Great size. Sue, you've heard it from Lily there. Lily, absolutely lovely, that card. If you have time, could you give us tips on fussy cutting?
Absolutely. It seems that's the theme of the day. Lots of fussy cutting coming up, don't you worry?
Absolutely, yeah, we're going to see all of that. Tracy, do Crafter's Companion have the Resist watercolour card with the patterns like we got in the Craft Club?
We used to do that years ago.
We did, didn't we?
We don't at the moment, but you can create your own. Take your stamps, so those Duet stamps that we're going to have a little look at in just a moment, you can create your own. So heat emboss using a white or a clear ink pad onto your watercolour card, and you can actually create your own, which is actually even more fun. So although we don't do the pads, you can make your own. All you need is a watermark ink pad. You'll find that over on the website. Some embossing powder, either clear or white, your heat tool of course, and any stamp of your choice. Stamp onto your watercolour card and you can create your own, which is absolutely fabulous.
Brilliant. The other thing, Tracy, I'll show you next week is if you've got the foil press, what I was saying about that, if you've got a background foil press stamp, foil it, and then do it on a watercolour card, and you can do your resist effect with your sparkle pens or water reactive, because the foil resists the colour. So you've got that resist effect. So I'll show you that one. I'll definitely show you a week on Friday. And then last one for now, but I'll probably cover this one throughout the day, Lily, if not on this show. Sorry for another question. Don't apologise, Lily.
Never apologise.
Lynn, don't apologise. That's what Lily's here for. Are there ink pads I can buy that I can use to stamp, colour, blend, etc.?
Do you know what? It's one of those, it's horses for courses. Every ink pad has its own unique properties. It has its own advantage. We'll be talking about lots of ink pads throughout the course of the day. You're never going to get, and I always say it with adhesives as well, you're never going to get a one sort of size fits all. You'll never get an ink pad that does absolutely everything. However, what Leanne has said, we're going to be looking at those in just a moment, these Duet ink pads. We launched these just a few weeks ago, and Leanne actually says, if anybody asks her from this point going forward, from the point when we launched these going forward, if any crafter ever asks her one ink pad that she would recommend above any others, she's always now going to say Duet ink pads. We'll have a little look later on as to why Leanne says that. But for stamping, I always say the best one for stamping to go for is your quick dry, but then I wouldn't use them for colouring or backgrounds. I tend to use my water reactive if I'm colouring or inking. Opaque ink pads as well are perfect for your heat embossing. Like I say, every ink pad's got its different uses, hasn't it, really? Yeah. And like we saw the shimmer ink pads in that first demo, if you want that shimmer and shine, then go for those. But Duet ink pads are probably the best technique-based ink pad. And funnily enough, that's going to be our next demo. So I'll be sharing a few hints and tips with those in just a moment.
Excellent, thank you very much. And thank you very much, Kim. She, at the moment, can store 33 of her 12 by 12 pads in the cubes, just to take into consideration, though some might be thicker than others, depending on the quantity. And Emma saying, hey, 32 cc pads to a single Kallax square. So there you go, round about the 30. Ink pads that Lily was just talking about. Let's have a look at these ones here. The Duet ink pads, complete collection. Now it is your 12 piece here. You're going to be £70 or $99. If you are a platinum level, that's going to come down to £56 or $79.20. Or if it's your first purchase after joining Club Inspire, you get your 20% off, so you'll get it at that price. So that one here is giving you all of your 12 ink pads. Now we've got such a gorgeous array of colours here. So many forms of craftability in the way that Lily will talk you through. But you've got your rosy apple, you've got your sweet clementine, you've got your sunshine glow, you've got your lemon meringue, my favourite dessert in the absolute world.
Controversial.
Absolutely. The tartar the better as well.
Yeah, always.
We've got spring buds, we've got our awakening forest, we've got our sailor's wake, one of my favourite colour. We've got our waterfall. We've also got raspberry ripple, not my favourite ice cream, I prefer strawberry, but I do like it. Vintage merlot, not a red wine drinker. We've also got our soft heather, and we've also got our midnight mist as well. All 12 of these ones you are getting. If you've not seen them before, you may have seen them in Lily's hand here, just with the shape of them. It's a little bit different. You know, you may be familiar from our shimmer ink pads, but it's giving you that little bit of a different take that Lily will talk you through. You can still use them in the normal way that you would use your Harmony in the past, like I do, but if you do have that little bit of dexterity, if you've got a little bit of issue when it comes to grip, it does make it that little bit easier to grip in your hand. Plus, with that little extra point there, you can go into all the fine details. It's the newest ink pad within our range. It's the new boy, £70 or $99, but with a platinum price of £56 or $79. It is $79.20. It is on Shop the Day, across on our website. So let's fire across to Lily, because I know she's jumping at the bit to have a look at these ones.
Absolutely. I adore these ink pads. They are incredible. And in the words of Leanne, they are the best technique-based ink pads that we bring you as part of our range here at Crafters Companion. Craig's already talked you through that incredible shape that we've got of these. You've got that ergonomic teardrop shape. It just nestles in your hand. It makes it so easy to work with these. It is just a joy to craft with these incredible ink pads. Now, you're probably looking at these and thinking, do you know what, Lily? I've got dozens of ink pads. Why on earth do I need another type? Now, with these, the beauty of these, the difference with these is they are a water reactive pigment ink fused with a titanium oxide binder. And you're thinking, what on God's earth are you on about, Lily? You're just talking words. Now, what that means is you've basically got the best of both worlds. So you've got the opacity that we have with a pigment ink pad. So you've got that beautiful opaque coverage of colour. But you've also got that blendability and that manoeuvrability that we'd expect from a water reactive ink pad. Now, as if those two properties in one ink pad wasn't enough, we also bring in that titanium oxide binder, which is what gives these a chalky finish. React them with water and you'll get that white, chalky, oxidised look to these, which is absolutely incredible, and they are so easy to work with. Now, let's go ahead and get inky, I think. So many techniques you can do with these. Think of all the techniques you can do with your water reactive ink pads, all the techniques you can do with your opaque pigment, bringing in that chalky finish, that oxidisation properties, and my goodness me, you have got an absolute sort of, I want to say double whammy, but for me it's more of a triple whammy of amazing techniques you can get with these. Now, we're going in with 3 colours. Now, the colour names of these, I don't know who's chosen them, but they have really gone to town. I love the names of these. We're going with Rosy Apple, Sweet Clementine. If I can hear Ben in my head now. Yeah, thank you, Charlotte, singing that. Doo-doo. That's in my head now for the rest of the day for sure. And then Craig's favourite dessert are lemon meringue. I'm going to go for a super easy background. Now, this is kind of as easy as it can be, so simple. So let's start off with our lemon meringue. I'm going to start off with our lightest first and then going into our darkest. Working with watercolour cardstock, we're going to be adding a fair amount of water later, which is why we're doing that. If I was just blending and not adding water, I would work onto my multi-purpose cardstock. But because we're going to be adding a fair amount of water a little bit further down the line, we're going in with our watercolour cardstock. Just our standard Crafters Companion watercolour cardstock, you will find that over on the website. And all we're doing is we're literally taking our ink pad to our cardstock and we're just rubbing over. Not trying to make it blended or even or anything like that, we're just rubbing over in lines. So starting off with our lightest, which is our lemon meringue. Then let's go into our Sweet Clementine, our mid-tone of the 3. And we're just going to go over again in lines, filling in some of those sections that we've not added colour to yet. And just starting to lay down that colour. Not even using a blending brush or blending tool or anything like that. We're literally just going straight from our ink pad onto our cardstock. It could not be any easier or any simpler. You might have never picked up an ink pad in your life and you can absolutely be creating this sort of effect so simply and
What's
easily.
your favourite dessert?
It's got to be something chocolatey, doesn't
Something
it?
chocolate?
Yeah, it's probably got to be chocolate brownie.
Yeah.
Love a good chocolate brownie, yeah. Chocolate cake, chocolate brownie, anything like that. Yeah.
Charlotte?
Yeah,
like
Charlotte
creme
said creme
brulee?
brulee. I have to say I've never had a creme brulee before.
Oh, it's been a while since I've had one.
No, I've never had one.
Yeah, I like hitting through that top layer with the spoon. Nicola? Tiramisu.
See, it's one of the few desserts I'm not keen on.
Yeah.
Tiramisu.
I like the lemon, not limoncello, but the lemon version of tiramisu.
Gosh, I've never seen that. That sounds nice.
Sorry?
Sounds a lot nicer, that. I've never seen that.
Yeah, very tart, but it's
nice.
lovely. Dean, do you have one? Mango sorbet.
Controversial. I love
like
mango.
a palate cleanser as well, isn't it? Oh, Dean says he's a simple guy. Hey,
There
Dean,
we
you're
go.
going to fit in perfectly here with us on the team.
It's in the right place, isn't it? Absolutely.
Let us know at home, what's your favourite?
Yeah, we'd love to know. We had some great answers because we asked last night. We had some great answers come through.
Did
Did
we?
make us very hungry, but mind you, it was about 7 o'clock on an evening, so it was a bit more acceptable. But I mean, what time? Oh, it's gone midday. We're fine.
We're fine.
Dessert o'clock for sure. Anyway, all we've gone ahead and done is we've laid down that colour, and then just to blend it through a little bit more. We don't want it blended, we do still want that line work within there, we still want that texture, but just to even up that colour a little bit more, let's go in with one of our blending brushes and start to pull that colour out. Now what you want for this technique is you want to make sure you've got plenty of colour laid down onto that background, as it will work best if you've got enough colour onto there. So we're going to go ahead, add a little bit more of our sweet clementine.
That's looking so cool, Lily.
Isn't it funky? It's just something different. I think so often we get hung up on having really blended, even backgrounds, but that's not always what it's about. Get a bit more texture on there, and the fact that we're using watercolour card as well gives you that texture, because you've got that slight texture to the cardstock, so it adds even more interest in that way. Now I'm happy with that as it is. Now it's for the fun bit, the exciting bit. Now we could leave that as it is. It would look fabulous as a background. But let's bring in some of our kitchen towel. Is always your best friend with any sort of technique like this. And let's take one of our stencils. This is our stylish trio. You'll find that over on the website. Some of the stencils that launched with our fabulous Duet ink pads. And we've gone for this design. For this technique, I find it works best if you've got something that's got quite a lot of open space. It wouldn't work as well with that dotted design. It would still work, but you'll get the best results if you've got nice, large open spaces. So let's lay our stencil down over there, and then all we're going to go ahead and do and get one of our fine spray mitts. Oh gosh, I can't get the words out. What are they called? Spray misters. Anyway, one of these. Yes, that's the one. Thank you, Nicola. Nicola's speaking for me today, even though you guys at home can't hear her. And then literally, let's just start to spritz over our stencil. You'll start to see that colour explode underneath that stencil. I'm not worrying about actually taping my stencil down. I'm not expecting to get a really defined stenciled image onto here. So don't worry about sticking that stencil down. Just lay it onto your kitchen towel, onto there, just like so. Now all we're going to do for now is we're just going to leave that to one side to dry. We're going to have a little look at that in just a while, but then we're going to look at that in a little bit as we go ahead and do the next stage. So leave that to one side, don't remove the stencil just yet, let it dry. Now let's move on to the next section of our butterfly. So all we've gone ahead and done is we've taken some watercolour card, just the same watercolour card that we used for our background, and we've stamped. This is one of our stamps. It's called the Kindness Changes Everything stamp set. We've gone ahead and stamped our butterfly using one of our waterproof ink pads, using the Noir Black to stamp onto there. We are going to be adding water, so you do need a waterproof dye ink pad. So gone ahead and stamp that onto there. Now another fabulous thing about these ink pads is we don't just stamp with them, we don't just do our backgrounds, we can also actually paint with them, so using them as a paint. Let's take our rosy apple to start with, and I always say it's so important to make sure you always dab that ink out onto something like a craft sheet or your glass mat like I'm doing here. Could be an old tile, a bit of scrap of acetate. Just make sure that you don't take your water brush or your paintbrush with water like I'm using here. Don't ever take that directly to your ink pad, because what you'll end up doing is you'll end up diluting that colour that you've got within the ink pad, which is absolutely not what we want to be doing. So let's go straight from our glass mat, picking up some of that ink pad, diluting with water, and we just started to blend and paint using our ink pads. Starting off with it darker in the centre nearer the body of that butterfly, and as we go out to the edges, it's going to get that little bit lighter. So that's our rosy apple to start with. Then let's bring in another of the colours that we use for that background, our lemon meringue, Craig's favourite dessert. That's the new name of this ink pad. And then we're just going to go in and add this at the tips of the wings like so.
Oh, I do like what Lily likes, so no, I don't like what Lily likes. I do like what Zoe likes. Yeah. And that is banoffee pie.
Oh yes, good choice, very good choice.
And sticky toffee pudding.
Oh yeah. Oh, I love
Spotted deck, I love that, because I like raisins and sultanas.
See, it's funny because I wouldn't just eat raisins on their own, but put them in a cake, put them in bread, hot cross bun, love it, yeah. Yeah, good fruit cake. Oh yes, Charlotte, good trifle.
Good trifle.
Christmas dessert right there, yeah. We
Never used to, but I do now.
See, we used to have that every single Christmas. That was always our Christmas Day dessert. Love a good trifle.
Yeah, I take it's not a meat trifle.
No, definitely not a meat trifle.
You don't do a Rachel.
No.
The peas and onions.
Ooh. No. I see, I'm not a big fan of onions either. Not a big fan of onions. Oh, apparently Dean loves onions.
Dean loves onions.
Oh dear, there you go. Maybe he's more of a savoury guy than a sweet guy. Confirm or deny?
I can eat them raw, but only like.
Can you?
Like not like I'm not going to bite. I'm not going to bite into an apple. No.
Craig just gets his packed lunch out and there's an onion in there.
But you know, like if you get a salad or you know a burger or something, and you get the raw onion circle, I can eat a few and then I have to take them off. But like cooked onion or anything like that, yeah, I do like that.
See, no, couldn't do that. Don't like it with the onions in my salad. No.
Apparently, biting and eating into a raw apple is meant to be raw apple, onion. Forget my words. See, it's my words.
It's me. I'm rubbing off on you. I'm
I know,
afraid.
it's been a while since I've been on. I'm just getting back in the swing of things. Yeah, apparently it's meant to be good for you.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, it might be, but it's still not going to encourage me.
A bite and a munch of an onion.
Why not?
No, it's meant to be good.
And who has said this? Is this a reputable source? Or?
No. I did see it on some documentary show.
Good grief.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it can be as good for you as you like. I'm still not going to give it a go. I think it would be quite traumatic, definitely. Definitely not one for me. If I don't like cooked onions, I'm certainly not going to
like raw, no.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
Onion rings, ooh, nice.
Oh no. I could eat them. I mean, they're in batter and deep fried. You can't go wrong, can
No,
you?
you can't.
But no, definitely not for onions. Good point, Nicola. Good point.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Nicola said it's really annoying when you bite into an onion ring and the whole of the onion comes out. You're right though. And I love batter.
Yeah.
But yeah, you want the onion ring experience, don't you?
It's
You want the onion with that crisp. You don't want the onion and you don't want the batter on its own. You want it together.
Brilliant.
There you go.
Love it. Anyway, as we've been talking about onions and anything else we've been chattering on about, they're saying, look how easy it is to actually paint that.
Look
So we
at
started
that.
off with our red in the centre, we have our yellow around the edges, then we just bridged that gap using that orange. Doesn't that look fab? And how easy it is to do that. Now, fussy cutting. We've had a few questions on fussy cutting. Now, I always used to say, use your tiny little scissors, but more and more I've been using my medium size, my 6-inch scissors. These are great for going around curves, and for this image, if I was at home, I probably would be using my 6-inch scissors. Now, fussy cutting school. Take your time. Practice is key when it comes to fussy cutting. It's one of those things, the more you do it, the more experienced you'll become, the more confidence you'll have, and the easier and quicker you'll become at it. So let's start off. So what I like to do is always make sure you turn your cardstock. Don't turn your scissors, turn that cardstock and sort of feed your cardstock through your scissors. Not turning your scissors, that's going to give you a smoother finish by just rotating your cardstock. Taking your time as well, that's crucial when you are fussy cutting. And what I do is I also angle my scissors. I don't have my scissors straight on. I find you get a much neater finish by angling those scissors, not having them completely straight on. And it's just a case of taking your time, going around, feeding that cardstock into your scissors and just going around the edge of that image. Now with a stamped image like this, what I tend to do is I tend to leave maybe 2 or 3 mil gap, that little white border around the edge. I don't go flush up to that stamped line. I find you get a much neater and professional finish, and as well it's a lot more forgiving by just giving yourself that slight little white border and just going around and feeding your cardstock through. Now like I say, I used to use our little precision snips a lot more, so I definitely experiment, try out the smaller scissors, try out the 6-inch scissors, see whatever you find easiest to do your fussy cutting. For me, it's kind of horses for courses. For something that's got those smooth curves like we've got onto here, I find the 6-inch scissors are actually a little bit easier in order to do that, but it's completely up to you as to what you find easiest. And that is how easy it is to fussy cut our butterfly out. Now let's start to layer up our card base. So we've got, I believe it is a 5x7-inch card base, and then we've just got mats and layers of white and black card. Now I always say it time and time again, but I'm a champion of your matte black cardstock. I think it's absolutely fabulous, especially when you've got bright colours like we've got here. It really does just make those colours pop and sing. And I think people worry about using black cardstock because they think it will sort of dull things down, maybe make things look a little bit too harsh. It's actually the opposite. It'll make those colours look even brighter and make them pop against that dark black. Just adding in that contrast does make a real big difference. So popping that onto our card base. Now we've got some little mats and layers here, just some nesting dies. These are actually from the Dainty Doodles die set from our simple creator card die range. And it's just the dies that you get in the centre. So you've got that lovely creator card die around the edge, and then in the middle you've got these small little dies. And I find I use these an awful lot.
So useful and versatile.
They are so useful, aren't they? I love the fact you've got your little stitched edge around the outside as well. But just layering those up with some of your black card and some of your multi-purpose gives you that lovely effect. Now back to our background, back to the background that we created earlier using our inks. Now I'll probably leave this to dry perhaps a little bit longer at home, but we're going to remove the stencil and see what we've got. So look at that, it's almost like a reverse stenciling if you like. So you get in the instead of having the positive, you get the negative onto there. Doesn't that look cool? Super, super different, just something different. Rather than inking through your stencil, why don't you spritz through it? Now all we've done is we've done exactly the same, but every single time you'll get a different effect. This is just allowing it to dry. You can see I think I had a little bit more yellow onto that background. Different effects, same technique, and that's one of the brilliant things about using your ink pads. You can do exactly the same technique 10 times, and every single time it will look that little bit different. It's about creating that unique piece of artwork. So never put pressure on yourself, never worry about getting things looking exactly the same. The beauty is that everything will look different every single time you create those backgrounds. But I just love that technique, and you can see that chalky effect, that chalky finish that we've got with our Duet ink pads. Of course, you could do the same technique with a water reactive ink pad and it would work beautifully and give you a lovely effect, but it would be a different effect. You don't have that chalky finish with water reactive ink pads that you'd get with our Duet ink pads, and as well you don't get that same opacity of colour. So like we were saying earlier, you've got that fusion. It's that look of opaque ink pads in terms of that opacity of colour, but then you've also got that manoeuvrability that we get with our water reactive ink pads. And then on top of that, as if that wasn't enough in itself, we have the fact that we get that fabulous chalky finish with our Duet ink pads. Just incredible.
Sorry Lily, just while you were explaining that, Robbie's asking, why is it called Duet? Does it mean, or does it do two things?
Well, it's funny because quite a few of us actually said the same. When I first heard about these ink pads, when I heard they were called Duet, I thought, oh, are they going to be, I don't know if you remember, back in the past we used to get those ink pads where they'd have like two colours in one ink pad. I thought they might be like those, but the reason we call them Duet is because you've got that fusion. It's kind of like a fusion of dye and pigment, if you like. It's that sort of mix between your opaque pigment ink pads and your water reactive, kind of bridging the gap between the two. So it's referencing the fact that you've got that duo of properties rather than two different colours or anything like that. So layering this together, few foam pads of course onto the back of our little label that we layered up, popped our background onto there. I'm questioning whether that's straight. I think that is just about straight onto there. Let's pop our label onto the middle of our strip that we've got down the middle. Just a super clean and simple card, but allowing that colour to do all the talking, allowing that background to be the focal point with this particular card. Let's bring in our butterfly, and as usual let's add a little bit of shape to those wings just to add that extra little bit of interest onto that. Let's pop a foam pad onto the back of that, again raising him up, giving that extra bit of dimension, that extra bit of lift really does make a massive difference when you are making your cards. So let's pop him into the centre of there. Then we've got that detail onto that top section. We need a little bit of detail around the bottom just to balance that out. So all I've gone ahead and done is I've taken one of my dies. This is from the Sarah Signature Garden Party collection. And I know a lot of you guys at home have this Celebrate die.
Yeah, they will do.
Yeah, it's one of those super popular ones, isn't it, that kind of everyone seems to have and love. I don't know if it's still on the website. It may very well be if you've not already got it.
We've one of those, depending on the colours you cut, it's a word, it's a I know it's not a sentiment as such, but you know, a word, a phrase where you can use all throughout the year, you know, whether you're celebrating a new baby or your new job or you're celebrating the Christmas season. Or, so it's a lovely one to have and use.
Absolutely. It's one of those, celebrate could be everything. It could be any sort of collection, any sort of occasion that you celebrate, and it doesn't just have to be a birthday, it could be any sort of celebration at all. Change up those colours, and like Craig said, it could even be Christmas if you want it to be. So we've cut one in our black, and you know I do love a drop shadow, so I've cut one in the white as well, and let's just lay that black layer underneath that white layer to add that drop shadow, offsetting that top one ever so slightly. I tend to have that bottom layer slightly down and slightly towards the left for that little drop of black. You don't need a lot of that colour underneath exposed, just enough to add that extra pop of colour, that extra little bit of contrast onto there. And then once you're happy, we're going to layer that onto our card base. So a little bit of tacky glue in our fine tip glue applicator works an absolute treat. You can go in with your dotty tape pens if you prefer, but to give us that little bit of wiggle room, sort of worried I had a little bit of a block nozzle then, but I think we're all right. A little bit of wiggle room you get with your tacky glue, which is absolutely ideal to enable you to get this into that perfect position. So let's pop this onto the bottom section of our card. It's just going to balance the detail that we've got on that top part of the card onto the bottom section. Of course, with it being tacky glue, you've got that little bit of manoeuvrability, but it does just take a moment to grab. So just hold it down until that glue is sort of caught.
How cool is that?
Isn't it super funky? Something a little bit bright, a little bit different. My tacky glue is definitely not wanting to catch at the moment, but just give that a moment and it will stick into position. And there you go, how super simple your cards can be with those fabulous Duet ink pads, the stencils as well, and watercolouring using those amazing duets. Aren't they just fabulous?
They are absolutely fab. And you think of all the colours that you've got in the collection, all 12 of them, that you can do exactly what Lily's done, maybe mix up the colours, change the combo of colours if you want to. But it's from the Duo Ink Pad Complete Collection. You can get the complete collection for £70 or $99. If you are a platinum level, that's then going to come down to £56 or $79.20. Remember, these are the new boys in the block, where this is our relatively new launch of our ink pads. So it's the new ink pads on the show. This one here being the Spring Bud. We've then got the Soft Heather. I know I showed you the boards before, but just show you them in ink pad form. We've got our Lemon Meringue Pie. We've got our Rosy Apple. We've got our Sunrise Glow. We've also got our Awakening Forest. We've got our Waterfalls. We've got our Raspberry Ripple. We've also then got our Sailor's Wake. We've then got, got another Raspberry Ripple there. We've got Sweet Clementine. We've also got Midnight Mist as well. So we've got 12 of those ones. When it comes to the Duet ink pads, platinum price £56 or $79.20. If you're across Central Europe, you just need to go to .eu. You'll find all your details across there. So let's have a look at some stamps before we have a look at the comments. So we do have some stamps, stencils that Lily was using there a moment ago. So we'll have a look at the stamps first of all, whereas you can get the stamps. So these launched at the same time, well, in conjunction with the Duet ink pads because they work hand in hand. But of course, you can use any of your ink pads as well. So we've got that lovely selection here, really nice sizable stamps within these ones. And it is your 4-piece. This one is 22 stamps in total. So within each piece you are getting a number of different stamps. So you're getting a lovely big floral meadow background within that one there. So if I turn it that way so you can see as it is, but then what you've got is you've got your little kind of like your mixed media splatters that you can start to incorporate, and then you've got your lovely sentiment as well. Until your dream comes true, dare to dream. Lovely sentiment that one is. Really lovely. You've then also got your butterflies, magnificent butterflies. So you've got that really sizable backdrop with all of those butterflies there. Now you've got kind of like that Hessian crosshatch mixed media effect down there on that stamp. And then you've always got with you always love. So you can make a little sentiment there if you want to. You can use them individually. That's your magnificent butterflies. You've also got your majestic mandalas. Now, same concept, you've got that lovely backdrop with all of the mandalas. You've got birthday wishes and you've got best, and then you've got kind of an elongated crosshatch mixed media effect stamp there that you could be using. And I say it mixed media because I think it is stamping in layers, but it is one of our stamps that you can be using with any of your ink pads, as I say. And then what we've got within this one here is the Fairy Glade. Now this is more of kind of like an archwork design with the fairy. You know, you could see her there just standing there, maybe in mid-flight, or she's just sitting there having a wee rest. But then you've got your script work of that mixed media background stamp. And then you've also got in your dreams, in magic, believe. So lovely sentiments all across the board. You could start to mix and match them with each other. So you could use the sentiment from this with the mandalas if you want to, or you can start to just do all of your different inking techniques. Maybe you're going to start to do what Lily done. Maybe you're starting to do your embossing and do your bleached effect. You can do all of that when it comes to those stamps. But lovely stamps there at £30 or $35. That gives you all 4 sets with the 22 stamps in total. A platinum price of £24 or $28. So that is the stamps. And then what I'm loving seeing more and more here in our range at Crafters Companion is stencils. So we've got our stencils here. So this one here is also your 4-pack, 12 stencils in total, because you've got 3 that will complement, but they are different within each pack. So you've got ones as well within all these size-wise. They're not too big, but on the other hand, they're not nice and small and diddy. You know, you can create a really good focal backdrop or even a focal point on your card or project, whether you're ink and spritzing or your glitter paste. But you are going to get the opulent trio. You're going to get the stylish trio. I think that's potentially one of my favourites. That middle one is the one that Lily just used there a moment ago. But you've got kind of like the drops as well as your diamond. And then what you've got is your, let's pick it up, you've then got your decorative trio with that mandala-esque within the middle, as well as that border at the side there, and that floral flourish at the opposite side. They are all individual stencils. They do complement each other, or you may just choose to then mix and match with the other ones, because we're not even finished there. Oh, I don't know actually, maybe this one is my favourite. The textile trio. I do love that one. I love the wave, I love the crisscross, I love the Hessian. That's in there as well. You are going to get all 4 sets, 12 stencils in total at £30 or $35. If you are platinum, that's going to come down to £24 or $28. So it's lovely to have that selection where you might want to go for the ink pads and just the stamps. Maybe you want to go for the ink pads, just the stencils. Maybe the stamps and just the stencils. Maybe just the stencils, maybe just the stamps, or maybe just the ink pads. It's entirely up to you. That's where your Club Inspire is going to come into benefit, where you're going to then, of course, get more discount. But that one there is your stencils. And then we're going to have a run through here of some other items that I please do want you to check out the cartload section on our website, .co.uk.com or .eu, because we've got some incredible deals, such as this one. So you're going to get your 10-pack of your 9x12 mount board, and if you buy that on that price of £15 or $19.96, or a platinum price of £12 and $15.97, you're going to be getting that jigsaw die for 1 penny or 1 cent. Bonkers.
Crazy.
Bonkers. You know, one, I couldn't even understand it if it was the other way around, but that I certainly can't understand. That's your multi-craft mixed media die, where you've got the actual mount board to create your jigsaw. So that's there at £12, $15.97. That's on the cartload section across on the website. Then this one, what we're going to be getting here when it comes to the insert pad here is the tape pen. You're going to get the insert, so that one there is £15 or $16.96, and at a platinum price of £12 or $13.57. And that one means you're going to be paying for the inserts. Guess what? You're going to get the tape runner for 1p or 1 cent. A tape runner that we sell all the time, you're going to get for a penny. So that is your card insert pad with the tape pen, £15 or $16.96, but your platinum price is £12 or $15.57, and in that price there it works out that 1 penny of it is for your tape runner. Right, are you ready for this one? So within this one here, this is your glitter paste with your A3 Centura Pearl cardstock. You're going to be £20.98 or $26.98. With your platinum price, that comes down to £16.78 or $21.58. So that means if you buy one and you buy two and you buy three of your glitter pastes, you're going to be getting the Pastel Centura Pearl 310 GSM for, Lily,
A penny?
a penny.
Wow,
I know.
crazy.
A penny. You're going to get that for 1 penny. So once again, you're going to get all 3 tubs of the glitter paste, relatively new within our range from Spectrum Noir, £20.98 or $26.98, with a platinum price of £16.78 or $21.58. And within that price you pay, it works out that you get the Centura Pearl cardstock for 1 penny. Which is a bargain, if I do say so myself. Right, many of you, and I'm not surprised, we're going to pop many of these ones into the basket straight away. So what we're going to do is we'll come back and have a look at the comments, because a lot of you have told us what your favourite desserts are, and we'll have a look at a few other items, but we'll give you a moment to check out your basket.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Are we in trouble or are we all right? Should be coming in. Should be coming.
What does she do?
Exactly
what
how
does she do?
he looks.
This is awesome. This is awesome.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
And I watch you every day, and it's just what really gets you through when you're really at rock bottom.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get social with us. Whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, on your TV or tablet, you can get so close to the action, it's like you're in the studio with us. You can ask questions about products or crafty techniques. Get hints and tips from our expert demonstrators. Plus, share pictures of your crafty makes with our amazing community. Crafters TV, getting you closer to the crafty action.
We get to know people from places and walks of life that we wouldn't come across in our everyday life if it wasn't for Crafters TV and doing what we do.
I got so many lovely comments from people when I started doing the presenting, and it was just really such a lovely feeling. And it's nice that people keep messaging in. You know, we see the same people. We know you can build up that kind of relationship with those people. So it's just the fact that people like what we do and they're pleased. And I do love it when people send us photographs of the items that they've made.
We talk about customers, but really they go in as a customer, come out as a friend. The support that I get is amazing. The messages I get are amazing.
Me personally, it is personal interaction. I've never had the best of health. I've always been open about that with our viewers at Crafters TV. So many people are in the same situation as me health-wise. Other people have got a completely different health issues. They understand and they relate to what I'm going through, what others are going through. So whether we interact on a crafting basis or whether we interact on a health basis, a personal basis, we're all there to support one another. It is incredible.
The reaction of viewers when they come to meet us is worth all of the early mornings when we have to get up for our early morning shows.
Some of the customers come on as craft ambassadors and things like that, craft along with us, and being able to actually chat with them on air. I love it. I really love that connection with them.
We've had lots of shows where we've done like craft alongs, especially where we've had viewers craft along with us. We had a particular viewer, Joy, who joined us once before, and she literally made me cry on air, and Joe, because the things she said about us, it really was quite humbling. knowing that there are people out there that watch us and invite us into their living rooms and really treat us like family.
Jam roly-poly with custard. That's from Daniel. Not that for a wee while. Marianne is saying chocolate hazelnut tart with raspberry sauce.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, I bet that.
Adriana is saying chocolate, ice cream, chocolate cake, ice cream for me. I have ice cream year-round in my freezer. Love strawberry, but it's so hard to get real proper strawberry ice cream. So hard. Zoe is saying love banoffee pie. Laura Gray is saying my mum's peach and blueberry cobbler, still warm with a scoop of vanilla ice cream. It's a family fun recipe from her aunt.
Oh, I've not had a cobbler in years. Oh no, cobbler's amazing. They're almost like dumplings, kind of.
It's like a dumpling, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh gosh, my mum used to do an amazing apple cobbler. Oh yeah, I've not had that in years. Good choice.
Yeah. Lynn Blackledge, hashtag Go Live Granny, saying, all this talk of food, I just had banana and chocolate Alpro for my breakfast.
Ooh,
hopefully that's
helped
it. Lynn, they're asking if I'm okay. If I'm okay, I'm absolutely fine. Lynn and Betty, mwah, thank you. We've got our Margaret saying huckleberry pie.
I don't know what huckleberry. I know it's a very American thing, a huckleberry. I've never had one.
Very.
But it sounds lovely. Any sort of pie, count me in. Oh yeah.
Colleen saying I love onions, Lily.
Oh no, sorry, can't agree with you on that one.
Suzanne is now remembering her auntie's sherry trifle.
Ooh.
Our Margaret is saying, Craig, you can eat Wallace sweet onions like an apple. Very good. So there you go.
Okay.
There we go. I wouldn't do it myself, but I do remember hearing. Colleen is saying I like to fussy cut as long as my arthritis isn't bothering me in my hands. That can be a downing point for some at home that love that, but depending, and I can't speak because I'm fortunate I don't have arthritis, but I do know that people do struggle when it comes to fussy cutting and that. So it's always nice when you get little hints and tips from yourself as to how you can do it. Sensational Sky is saying, it's calm voices today. Feels like heaven. Well, it's calm from Lily's side, not necessarily calm from my side.
I was thinking it was more from your side, I'm not sure about my side.
Loving all that demonstration that you've done there, Lily. We've got Suzanne, we've got Kim Adriana, we've got Betty Weaver is saying love it. Pamela saying cute card. Sue is saying thank you, Lily, and love the technique with the stencil. Daniel's in saying he's just had a delivery of my floral outline dies. Just arrived.
Oh, we've got some inspiration coming up for those later in the day, so stay tuned, Daniel.
Stay tuned. Jackie's in, Brenda's in, Diane's in saying, happy birthday month, Craig. We shared the day. I love when I hear the word June. It means my birthday is on its way. It's also your birthday month.
It certainly is, yeah. Mine's dead close to yours. Mine is 29th, yours 21st.
So you're, what was your, sorry?
29th.
You're the 20th. So Becky Swan is the 20th.
Yep.
Myself and Debbie Fisher is the 21st.
21st, yep.
You're 29th.
Yeah.
Did someone say in the gallery they're in June? No, I thought someone said that their birthday was
That's four of us, though. It's a good month for birthdays,
It's a good month. It is. And Ailey's in saying hi from Scotland. Well, hello to you, Ailey, as well. It's lovely to have all of your company. Right, we've not got long left, so let's have a quick look at this one before we throw across to Lily, where you're going to buy one and you're going to get two free. And that's a shaped shaker stamp and die selection, 29 stamps and 18 dies in total. You're going to be $14.99 or $19.95. But you're going to be a platinum price of $11.99 or $15.96 for everything I'm showing you. Not just one board or one set of product, for all of what I'm away to show you. So it works out that you're going to be paying for Cheers to You. So this is enabling you to create your shaker cards. You can use them in many other ways, such as card blanks. But you've got the shaker elements with the stamps there, so you can make your little cocktails if you want to. You can create and make your own little sequins to go inside. It's entirely up to yourself. That's why they're so versatile in the ways in which you can use them. But that is your Cheers to You, which is what you're paying for. And then for no additional cost, you're going to get Hello Beautiful. So you've got the butterflies, which is enabling you to create the shaker within the two sides of the wing with the sentiments and that banner, and you've got the little dies there, which their intentions are to make little shaker elements, but of course you could use them as embellishments. And then with this one here, this is one that is called It's All About Perfume, and that one there gives you the ability to create a shaker when it comes to a perfume bottle, or whatever the actual term, the eau de parfum within that one there.
Look at that.
Is that good?
Wow, yeah,
Good,
practically
is it?
French.
There you go. Can't speak French. That one there you're going to get, now you've got, of course, the atomizer.
Oh,
remember that one?
blimey.
Don't ask me what the atomizer is on that, but that's atomizer. Is that not the pump bit? Pump bit?
Yeah, pumpy bit.
Yeah, pump bit. You pump it and the eau de perfume comes out. So you're going to get all three of these. Buy in one set there, and you're going to get all three of these for free. $11.99 platinum or $15.96. I'm going to be quiet and we're going to have a look at Lily and see what she's doing.
Okie doke, yeah, let's go for the Hello Beautiful die set. I say it time and time again, I love a butterfly, so this for me has got to be an absolute favourite. So let's start off with our actual shaker part. So we're taking some lovely pink cardstock. Let's grab that outer die, and then with this you have the two separate shaker sections. Blimey, that was not easy to say. We've got them in a section, so what we're going to do is we're going to tape this together. So nice long piece of low tack tape, essential when you are cutting more than one die at once. I'm just going to turn my plate so I find it a little bit easier to look at it this way on, and we're just going to line up those three dies so we've got even spacing around the edges of that frame. And once we're happy that we've positioned that and lined that up nicely, let's just take that long piece of tape, lay that across there and run it through our die cutting machine. Now I find it a lot easier to do that with just the one long piece of tape rather than multiple pieces of a small piece of tape. Nicola's never seen that before. It's a good tip, and as well, if you want to do sort of batch making, what you can do with that long piece of tape, keep that tape in position, just remove your cardstock from the die, keep the dies taped together, and you can just go in and recut, and the dies are lined up in the same way. Another tip, you can do that with your sorts of nesting dies. If you're cutting frame dies or anything like that, just take a little bit of care when you actually remove your die cut from your die, and you can keep everything together, which
we really
is
need
fabulous.
like a top tip bing and icon to pop up.
We do, yeah. That would be nice. Yeah, our Liam can get on that. Nicola says that would be brilliant. So all we're going to do is just remove that from our die, just like so. Oh, no, I've used that cardstock that tears when you pop your tape on it, but not to worry, we can cover that. We've got a sentiment. There's always something that we can cover. We usually say cover it with a butterfly, but in this instance, this is a butterfly, so we can't cover it with a butterfly. For this front piece, we're just going to snip off the antennae. So let's just go around and snip them off. And then that gives us our front section of our shaker. So all we're going to go ahead and do now is pop some acetate onto the back. So I've cut the acetate using our die. So I find it a lot easier. We say quite often, how do we cut acetate with dies? And quite often we can struggle. Reason being is with your acetate, there's no fibres, and a die sort of likes to chomp through the fibres of cardstock, and having no fibres within your acetate can sometimes be a little bit tricky to die cut. A tip to combat that can be to actually add a piece of cardstock between your acetate and the die. That can help a little bit. But if you find it's not cut all the way through, it will at least indent your cardstock, or sorry, your acetate even. So then just go in with a pair of scissors and use that indent as almost like a template to just snip around, and that makes it a lot easier. So you're not having to cut it out fully by hand. You've already got that guide on there, as the die will definitely pop an indent onto there for you. So let's go ahead, pop a little bit of red liner tape around the back edge of this butterfly, and then we're going to pop our acetate onto there to start the process off of creating our shaker card. I'm using our nice thin red liner tape. That 3mm width is perfect for a smaller area like this. Is that the right way around? Let's just line that up.
I have to say, Colleen Kaur-Passardi messaged in earlier on, and she's saying, Craig, my grandson, Gunnar, loves watching WWE SmackDown on Friday nights. His name is Gunnar, and he's 9 years old. He has a collection of wrestlers that he loves. He knows you are a big fan of wrestling also. Have fun with those wrestling figures, Gunnar. Let me know, maybe in the next show, let me know who's your favourite wrestler.
Yeah,
let me know.
yeah,
I want
love
to
to
know
hear.
that. I want to know who your favourite wrestler is. What's your favourite move? Let me know in the comments within the next one. My finisher, Nicola, would always say it would be the foil press.
Oh,
the
yes,
foil press.
gotta
yeah.
be.
Yeah, so that.
Oh, entrance music. Yep, good question.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, not the masterclass theme, that's for sure.
No.
Maybe the monthly makes one.
Oh, we've got some exciting new music coming up next week. That could be a good one.
Do it.
Can't say too much more, but yeah, some new music.
Nicola found and picked the monthly makes. Well done, Nicola.
Yep. Nicola does some good music picking. She's multi-talented for sure, not just producing.
No, she's not.
Does absolutely all sorts for our team. We would not be without her, that is for sure. But yeah, good pick on the monthly makes. Love the monthly makes. Not monthly makes even. Oh, there we go. So we're just going around the edge of our shaker using our foam tape that's on a roll. It allows us to go around that edge, moving around that curve nice and easily, just like so, making sure that we've not got any gaps in there. We don't want a leaky shaker. There's nothing worse than a leaky shaker, that is for sure. So let's just go around and peel off the backing. We've made sure we've got that nice continuous barrier, and then all we're going to do is going to bring in some of our glitter. This is just our chunky glitter from our Sarah Signature Enchanted Dreams collection. Any sort of glitter, any sort of sequins will work absolutely perfectly in here. And like we saw with that gorgeous sample earlier, you can of course be using your sequin dies as well. We've cut one of the backers. This is from our Spring Fever 8x8 inch paper pad. I know a lot of you guys at home will have this in your collection already. And let's just line that up with the reverse and pop that onto there, and that creates our shaker nice and easily. Don't worry about this centre section, we will cover that up in just a moment. Of course you can separate it off into two separate compartments where you've got that space in the body, so different options with your butterfly. If you want almost like a double section shaker, that would work beautifully with that as well. So let's start to layer up our card base in super quick time. I can't believe how quickly this show has gone.
Fun this morning.
I know, blimey me. So a few pattern papers, again from that same Spring Fever 8x8 inch paper pad, matte and layered onto some of that lovely pink cardstock that we used as the frame for our butterfly. And then let's pop it onto our card base.
We're going to be testing Olivia this morning with the vote.
I know, yeah. Let's hope she's awake, eh? If not, she will be after this, that is for sure. So we've popped another panel, same pattern paper we used as the backer for our butterfly. Pop that onto some of that lovely pink cardstock again, and then onto white. Just before we pop it onto the card base, it does just break up that colour a little bit. And then we're wrapping some ribbon around the edge there. Let's bring in some of our tape to pop on the back of here as we layer this onto our card base, just for that extra bit of dimension. So let's pop a couple of pieces onto there, just like so, and then we're going to stick this to our card base. As always, my card base I've created from that fabulous multi-purpose card, nice and strong. It's going to make sure that even though we've got quite a few layers of foam tape, it's not going to fall flat when we stand it up, which is absolutely, of course, what we want. So a piece of foam tape onto the right hand side, just because we have our foam tape onto that strip on the left hand side, just foam tape on the right and then flat on the other side, just like so. Let's have him flying onto there. Isn't he cute? And then let's bring in our sentiment. So within the set of dies and stamps, you have all your stamped sentiments, and you also have this fabulous banner die as well. So I've stamped my sentiment onto the die cut banner using one of my quick dry ink pads in fuchsia. Then I've just die cut another of those same banners from my pink cardstock, so we've got almost like a little drop shadow onto there for that extra little bit of interest and extra touch of colour. Let's pop a few foam pads on the back of there, and then like I said earlier, we don't need to worry about the centre section there. Let's just pop our sentiment, I think let's have it slightly to the side, pop that onto there just like so, and then just to finish it off, we've tied a bow from exactly the same ribbon that we've used on that strip, and let's pop that up onto that top right hand corner, just to balance. And quick and simple as that. How easy was it to create that using our fabulous shaped shaker cards? Super quick and simple. Right, let's get the voting. Quick. Nicola is cracking the whip in my ear, that is for sure. She said, Lily, hurry up. Right, demo of the show, is it going to be number 1 using our Bohemian collection? That's demo number 1. We went super clean and simple using those fabulous Duet ink pads for demo number 2. And then finally the one we've just done in super quick time, demo number 3 using our shaped shakers. Is that going to be your demo of the show? Get those votes in super quick.
Nicola's going for 2.
Ooh,
Charlotte,
yeah.
what are you going for? 3.
Right.
What we're going for, Dean?
Oh yeah.
1.
Oh, there we go.
1.
He loves a bit of Bohemian.
Thinking 2 of them. 2 as well. Loving that one. Love them all, but love that one. Colleen, thank you. Gunnar is saying, well done, mate. His favourite wrestler, Shawn Michaels. That's mine too.
Oh.
That's mine too. Love Shawn Michaels as a wrestler. Always been my favourite and always will do. The Heartbreak Kid of wrestling, Mr. WrestleMania. Anyway, that's that. Right, that was the shaped card, shape, stamp and dies. How many shapes can you get in the shape? That is the shape, shaker, stamp and die selection with 29 stamp. Can I just say, I've had no Lucozade or anything today. It's purely water. I'm being good today. 29 stamps or 18 dies in total, $14.99 or $19.95 for the platinum price of $11.99 or $15.96. Remember, you get all 3 sets. It does work out that you're buying 1 and you're getting 2 for free. So you're going to find that, everything else that Lily was showing you, everything that I was verbally going over, and a lot more across on the website. This is our monthly
May Reloaded.
Reload.
I'm glad it's not just me that can't remember it.
Yeah.
May Reloaded.
Yeah, monthly reloaded.
May.
So what came up on my screen before? Monthly makes, right.
Nicola, it's your fault. You're trying to confuse us. Doesn't
do
take much.
It's been a week since I've been here. Don't do that to me. So we've got our May Reload continuing all throughout today on Crafters TV. Get in there.
Yes,
You will still find sections under the category of cart load. However, what I would say is when you go to crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu, that's going to take you to that as well as everything else. Have a look there as before you come back. And it is very close, Olivia saying that it does go into number 2.
Ooh, interesting. Clean and simple. Nicola called it.
She did indeed.
There we go. Duet ink pads, love it.
There you go. Right, too, if you are watching live, we will be back in 1 hour's time with myself and Lily, where we're going to do it all over again with some other products and beautiful demonstrations. We'll see you then.